Haye came face-to-face with world heavyweight champion Wladmir Klitschko last week. The undisputed cruiserweight world champion wants a shot at the world's heavyweight champion. And Steve, watch this carefully, because he thinks you're the man to help him get the shot. David, earlier this week you came face-to-face with Wladmir Klitschko. Doesn't seem too keen to fight. He says you need more fights at this weight, and you talk too much and you don't weigh enough yet to fight.
It's pure excuses. He knows I'm the best fighter in the world. He knows that there's nobody else besides myself who's got the speed, power, athleticism, knockout ratio to test him. So that's why he's trying to say, all it is excuses. Oh, he's not big enough. Oh, he's got to get in line. Blah blah blah. I said to him, okay, you get your two mandatories out of the way, which he has to do, otherwise he loses. Otherwise, because he doesn't want to lose his belts. After that, what's your excuse? Give me a reason why the fight shouldn't happen. We'll make more money from fighting. We make 3 times as much money from fighting me than fighting them two bums. So okay, you get them out of the way. Let's have a mega fight. It'll be the biggest fight since Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson. Why do you not want the fight to happen? I want it to happen. I'm coming up in weight. I'm giving you the advantage. He's a natural heavyweight. This would be like early on in my heavyweight career. I'm willing to fight this guy.
Okay, well, let's put to bed some of those criticisms then. You need to put on more weight, and you won't be as quick once you do put on the weight. Right,
off the bat, I'm a heavyweight. I've always been a heavyweight. I've come down to cruiserweight. Just because I haven't competed at heavyweight for very long, I'm a natural heavyweight. People don't realise that. So I'll be coming to the ring about just under 16 stone, and that'll be my natural weight. So I'll actually be quicker, punch harder. There's no excuses from this guy. You don't have to worry about my weight. Why don't just worry about getting in the ring, making the fight happen? Surely that's an advantage towards him, so he should want that. He's using that as an excuse not to fight me.
And you feel well at that weight?
I feel great at that weight. I've had one fight at heavyweight as against a guy called Thomas Bonin. He was 37 wins, 1 loss, ranked number 11 in the world. What did I do to him? I went out there and blasted him out in 1 round. No one's ever dealt with that guy like this, and I went out there and knocked him out in 1 round. So that was a little teaser to the heavyweights. They all saw it, they all knew it, and they realised, okay, we've got to dodge this guy, David Haye. He punches a little hard for us. Let's try and dodge this guy. Wladmir Klitschko knows that I'm the best fighter in the world. He knows that these 2 guys that he's fighting, he can knock them out in his sleep. These guys aren't on his level. The guy he's fighting next started boxing when he was 29 years of age. That's the type of guys he's fighting. I've been boxing since I was 10. I'm universally recognised as the #1 fighter at cruiserweight.
It's no secret.
It's no secret. Everybody, exactly. Weak division. The heavyweight division it's never been as weak as it is now. You've got Wladmir Klitschko at the top of that pile. He's the best of a bad bunch. I know I could beat this guy. People around him know it, so they're just trying to. If you see the little confrontation I had with him the other day, I went up to him. Okay, you got your excuses, you got your mandatories. Okay, after your mandatories, next year, we're going to have a fight. I'll put on some weight. What's he talking about that? What's he worrying about my weight for? Just say, okay, yeah. Show me show some sort of intent to the public that you want to give value for money, that you're the heavyweight champ, you fight all comers.
What about the other 2 heavyweight champions?
The other 2, they're not worth my time. I'm going for the #1 guy. There's a guy called Samuel Peters. He holds a version of the title. Wladmir Klitschko already beat this guy. So why go after the guy who's been beat? Why not go after the #1? I've always aimed in my career to be #1 in the world. I've gone out there and fought the best fighters consistently, unbeaten fighters that have got world champions that are #1. I've gone out there and beat every single one of them. He hasn't done that. He's cherry-picked his titles. He's fought Chris Bird, Sultan Ibragimov. These are the type of guys he's won his titles from, smaller guys who didn't really come to win. He knows I'm going to come to win. He knows the British public will be way behind me, and he knows it's going to be a massive fight. So there's no reason why he doesn't want to fight besides him knowing he's going to get knocked out.
Really what you need now is the public, the boxing public, the boxing writers to get behind.
They're already there. I was out in Vegas for Calzaghe Hopkins. Every single boxing writer said, when's this fight with Klitschko going to happen? We think we're actually tipping you to do this guy. All the guys from HBO, all the American press were saying there's no other fight in the heavyweight division. We have no Americans coming through. You're the next best for us. You've got to do this guy. He's so unentertaining. You've got to go out there and knock him out. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm trying to make it happen. And these guys are shying away saying, oh, I've got to fight this guy, I've got to fight that guy. Fight the #1 guys in the world. I've got these belts. I'm the recognised #1. Don't dodge me. Come and fight me.
There you go, Steve. The boxing writers have to be the ones to make the fight happen. Steve Bunce, would you push him for that world title fight?
Over to you.
Oh, absolutely, I'd push him. And what he's talking about there is the American boxing writers push him. Because what happened was Wladmir Klitschko defended his title and challenged Sultan Ibragimov for the WBO title. You fall asleep saying the 2 names, don't you? Fine if you're playing Scrabble, but you try and do them on radio, it's a tough one. So they fight each other at Madison Square Garden, where they were both from Russia or former Soviet blocs. the place is full, banged out with expats, with exiled Soviets, and they still boo their two fighters in the ring. It's a disgraceful fight. And afterwards, Vlad, who's a lovely guy, Vlad, he's a fantastic fella. He doesn't apologise. No, that's the way I fight. Safety first. So David is right. David has got the key to this guy, because if the American press start boiling and start rolling and start saying, this guy could be the future, this guy could be the future, then enough people will believe it, and he could force one of the big TV companies in America, HBO or Showtime, to make the fight happen. Vlad, though, does have a couple of fights out there, but one of them's in July, one's in November. David's going to come back as a heavyweight in October. They could fight in May of next year, easy. 12 months' time, bush, bang, boogie, lovely.
And you know what Wladimir knows as well? He hasn't got the strongest chin. David Haye could expose that, you think?
But equally, David Haye could get hit on the chin.
It's a weak division, isn't it, Bunce? But the thing that David Haye's got by the bag load is charisma, isn't he?
He's got charisma, and the division at the moment is completely dominated by Germans. Not by German heavyweights, but by German promoters and German TV companies. Klitschko fights a guy called Tony Thompson, who's only lost once. He's a guy from Philadelphia. He's a lovely heavyweight, but he's not the future of the heavyweight division. So Klitschko could beat him. With another one champion, Ruslan Chagiev from Uzbekistan, is going to fight Nikolai Valuev, who's from Russia, who's the 7-foot guy, the beast from the east. That takes place in Oberhausen, I think, in the end of May. And then you've got Samuel Peter, the Nigerian Nightmare, as he's named, who moves slightly slower than a statue. He's the only person I know who Wladimir Klitschko looked like a sprinter against. Now, he's a nice enough guy. He beat a guy who was 40 years of age to win his version of the title in that hotbed of heavyweight action. Where did the Kazakhstani, this is a question for you, where did the Kazakhstani fight a Nigerian for the world heavyweight title?
Tell us, Steve.
Mexico. So that just tells you, doesn't it? Come on, fellas.
The thing that sells it to me is that Oliver McCall is still number 10 on the WBC rankings of contenders.
Yeah, well, he's fresh.
He must be 75.
He's fresh out of rehab. He'll get a nice bit of music as he comes in, a bit of Amy floating as he walks to the ring. He's about 43 or 44 years of age, and he's probably fresher now than he's ever been because he's clean. He was never ever clean, Oliver McCall, when he had his famous fight 10 years ago when he lost. He lost the rematch to Lennox Lewis at the Hilton, and he cried. What he was suffering crack withdrawal in the ring. He was suffering drug withdrawal in the ring.
Indeed. Well, let's have a quick look then at when the two came face to face. This was last weekend. Klitschko's press conference, David Haye telling what he wants.
No, I'm the main man. The last time an undisputed champion went up to heavyweight, what did he do? He won the title, Evander Holyfield. I'm bigger than Evander Holyfield.
Really?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
So
you know I am.
you have to improve yourself.
I don't have to improve anything. You've got to fight the best fighters out there. You've got to fight the best fighters out there. I'm the best fighter out there. Who's it? Tony Thompson. What's Tony Thompson ever done? What has Tony Thompson ever done? Alexander Povetkin. What's he ever done? Number one. What? Who's he beat? What's he done? What's he done? Nothing.
He's waiting for a year now for this fight.
Don't worry about that. Fight the fighters. Everybody. I was in Vegas. Everybody wants me and you. Don't worry about the line of people. Fight the people who want to fight.
Fantastic, fantastic pictures. David Haye letting Klitschko know exactly what he thinks of him.
Well, the rumour is they'd had a little meet beforehand to discuss it, but I still think Vlad was caught out there. Vlad's trying to smile, and Vlad knows, you know, Vlad's not lacking.
He doesn't want any of it, does he?
No, that's not Vlad's style, you know. He's got a PhD from the University of Kiev. His brother Vitaly's running to become the mayor of Kiev back in the Ukraine. He's in charge of his campaign. They're nice people, they're not confrontational people. And suddenly David Haye's arrived there. Looks like he just got off a plane suffering with jet lag, and he's straight bosh in Vladimir's face. And that could give him an edge. You take that into the ring. It's called confidence. It's called aura.
Is that the way to get things done with Wladimir Klitschko?
Absolutely. The way to get things done with Wladimir Klitschko, ding, ding, first bell, elbow in his chest, big right hand, keep charging him, keep charging him. Because if he finds his pattern at 6'6" and about 19 stone, super fit, you're going to struggle to get past that reach. He's got reach of about 6 foot. How are you going to get past that? You get him early, you stabilise him early, beat him early. He's been beaten 3 times and he's been stopped 3 times. That's what David Haye has a chance to do.
We shall see. Hopefully that fight will happen. Hopefully we'll bring it to you here on Setanta. But how would you...